Third, the Pride Lands did not fall to fire or invasion that day. They fell to silence. The kind of silence that comes when every creature feels watched, measured, controlled. Kion felt it in his chest before he saw it, the circle of life tightening, as if invisible chains were being drawn around it. This was not chaos, not rage, not greed. This was control. And at its center stood King Madoa, ruled not through fear alone, but through orders so strict it strangled freedom. Every movement in his territory was planned. Every voice was monitored. Every decision flowed from him and him alone. A kingdom survives only when one mind guides it, Madoa often said. Too many choices create weakness. His lands were quiet, efficient, and lifeless. And now that philosophy was spreading toward the Pride Lands like a slow, tightening grip. Ono was the first to confirm it. "Kion, something is wrong," he warned from above. "The borders are changing. Herds are being redirected against their will. Paths are blocked. Madoa's scouts aren't attacking. They're directing." Kion's eyes narrowed. "They're not trying to destroy the circle. He's trying to own it." The Lion Guard gathered, tension heavy between them. Fully paced back and forth, restless. "I don't like this. There's no chaos to react to, no enemy charging at us. It's like the land itself is being forced to obey." Besht frowned. "That kind of control breaks spirits. Even strong animals can't thrive when every choice is taken away." Bunga cracked his knuckles. "Then we smash the control." "No," Kion said firmly. "That's exactly what Madoa expects. Control feeds on reaction. We have to understand it before we confront it." Their first encounter with Madoa's influence came near a migration route that had existed for generations. The Massa. Herds stood frozen, uncertain, blocked by guards who did not attack or threaten. They simply stood there, unmoving, eyes cold. "This path is closed," one of Madoa's enforcers said calmly. "You will wait until instructed." "Instructed? By who?" Kion asked, stepping forward. "By the king, who knows what is best." Slew. The animals trembled, not from fear of violence, but from the unnatural certainty of the command. Choice had been removed, replaced by obedience. Kion raised his voice, steady and clear. "The circle of life is built on balance, not control. No king decides every step. Life moves because it chooses to." The enforcers did not respond. They simply tightened their formation. Thedos. When Madoa appeared, tall and composed, his expression unreadable. "Young leader," he said smoothly, "you confuse freedom with disorder. I bring stability. No conflict, no waste, no uncertainty." "At the cost of will," Kion replied. Madoa smiled slyly. "Will is inefficient." The clash that followed was strange and unsettling. There was no reckless attack, no furious charge. Madoa's forces moved like clockwork, isolating members of the Lion Guard, blocking paths, forcing positions. Every step Kion took felt anticipated. "He's predicting us," Fully hissed as she narrowly avoided being cornered. "He's controlling the battlefield," Ono warned. And for the first time in a long while, the Lion Guard was forced to retreat not defeated, but constrained. Back at Pride Rock, the weight of it pressed down hard. "He didn't beat us," Bunga said angrily. "He boxed us in." "That's worse," Kion replied quietly. "If he controls movement, thought and choice, the circle suffocates without a single battle." That night, the Pride Lands grew quieter. Animals hesitated to move without guidance. Leaders second-guessed themselves. Madoa's philosophy spread like a shadow. Order over instinct, command over trust. Kion walked alone beneath the stars, doubt gnawing at him. The roar stirred inside him. Powerful, but power alone could not break control. Force would only justify Madoa's belief that one must dominate all others. Then Kion understood. Control breaks, not when it is attacked, but when it is ignored. The next day, the Lion Guard changed tactics. They did not confront Madoa's enforcers directly. Instead, they restored choice, fully reopened old paths with speed and precision. Besht helped herds move freely, reassuring them with strength and kindness. Ono guided without commanding, offering information instead of orders. Bunga inspired courage through action, reminding animals they were capable of deciding for themselves. Confusion rippled through Madoa's system. His enforcers hesitated when animals stopped obeying. His rigid structure began to crack as unpredictability returned. Madoa confronted Kion again, frustration finally breaking his calm. "You are creating disorder." "No," Kion replied. "We're restoring balance. You will destroy your own kingdom with freedom." Kion stood tall. "A kingdom that cannot choose is already broken." The Pride Lands began to move again, not under command, but in harmony. The circle breathed. And for the first time, Madoa's control faltered. The battle was far from over, but one truth had been exposed. Control can build walls, but it cannot build life. And a kingdom ruled by control alone will always, inevitably, break. Control does not collapse all at once. It fractures slowly, dangerously, like stone cracking under invisible pressure. By the time King Madoa realized his grip was slipping, the damage had already begun not to his enemies, but to his own kingdom. Kion could feel it spreading through the land, a quiet resistance growing stronger with every choice reclaimed, every step taken without permission. The circle of life was moving again, and control was panicking. Madoa responded the only way he knew how. He tightened everything. Borders closed overnight. Paths were sealed. Messengers were detained. Animals who acted independently were isolated for the good of order. His voice echoed through his territory, cold and absolute. Freedom breeds chaos. Chaos breeds collapse. Obedience is survival. But something had changed. The animals listened, but they no longer believed. Kion saw it during the next encounter, when Madoa summoned him to a neutral clearing surrounded by silent guards. "You are destabilizing the system," Madoa said flatly. "You inspire unpredictability." "That ends now." Kion stepped forward without hostility. "You don't lead a kingdom. You cage it." Madoa's eyes hardened. "I protect it from weakness." "No," Kion replied. "You protect yourself from losing control." The word struck deeper than any roar. Madoa lashed out, not with claws, but with command. His guards closed imperfectly, forcing the Lion Guard apart, isolating them again with mechanical precision. For a moment, it seemed control would win through sheer structure. But structure, without trust, collapses fast. Fully didn't break formation, she ignored it. She moved unpredictably, not recklessly, choosing paths no plan accounted for. Besht refused to be boxed in, standing firm where control demanded retreat, protecting others instead of following patterns. Ono relayed information freely, not as orders, but as shared awareness. Bunga disrupted formations through bold, unplanned action that inspired others to act on instinct. Choice spread faster than command. Animals watching from the edges began to move not because they were told to, but because they wanted to. Some helped each other escape blockades. Others opened paths Madoa had sealed. Control demanded permission. Purpose needed none. Madoa roared in fury. "Stop them!" But his guards hesitated. For the first time, they questioned and in a system built on absolute obedience, hesitation was fatal. The final collapse came not in battle, but in realization. Madoa stood atop his stone platform, shouting commands into a world that no longer responded. His kingdom, once perfectly ordered, dissolved into confusion, not chaos, but freedom reclaiming space. Losing them, Kion said quietly, approaching without threat. They need me, Madoa snarled. Without control, they will fail. Kion met his gaze steadily. Without trust, you already failed. Silence followed. Heavy. Final, Madoa looked out over his lands and saw it at last. Animals choosing paths, helping one another, adapting naturally. Life was messy but alive. His control had kept everything still, but stillness was not strength. It was decay. The king stepped back, his voice hollow. I only wanted to prevent collapse. And in trying to control everything, Kion said softly, you broke your kingdom. Madoa did not fight again. There was nothing left to command. His rule ended not with defeat, but with understanding too late to save it. Oh. As the Lion Guard returned to the Pride Lands, the circle of life flowed freely once more. The lesson echoed across the plains, carried by every step taken without fear. Control may create order, but it destroys trust, and without trust, no kingdom can stand.